me personally, I was spat on.
Okay, so Carol, thank you for joining me. One of the reasons why we wanted to get everybody into the room is because there are stories behind the pictures that are behind us. And so we wanted people to have an understanding of what it means to be somebody who is black within the community, doing positive things within their community, personally and professionally. And so we named this project A Welcoming Table, Collaboration Over Competition, and the key theme is to reclaim narratives. So I would like you to tell me, like, what inspired you to want to be a part of this exhibition and this project?
Initially, to support the organizer, Aria Reese, and Darren. I am that type of person. I love helping where I can, and I have worked with Aria when she was, in fact, I hosted an event that I first met her at, and I was very impressed. And then when this came about, this is different. This is something I've not seen before, and when I saw the theme, as you've just mentioned, A Welcoming Table, Collaboration Over Competition, it was amazing. Never seen before. The people that she had invited, of which I'm grateful that she had invited me, I wanted to be part of it. I wanted to understand the nature, the reasoning, and the people behind who were selected.
Right.
What were their stories?
Okay. So tell me, like, what you think reclaiming narratives, what does it mean to you? Because I know it means different things for different people. So what does it mean to you to reclaim narratives?
Well, growing up, I was fed, I would say, I'll use the word fed, because I didn't know any better.
Okay.
I was fed that I was born in Trinidad, in the West Indies, and West Indians and Africans are distinct separations. The lies the media tells, you just see poor Africans, Biafrans suffering, but it's not the truth behind Africa as a continent.
No.
It's so much more than that.
No.
But what you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
As a child growing up, I believed what I was told.
Yeah.
Until, as an adult, I was able to, and I say this lovingly, understand my African heritage and be proud of it.
Oh, wow. So what do you mean? How did you get to understand your African heritage and actually be proud of it? Because obviously you're a black woman, you come from Trinidad, then you come to the UK, and everything's so different. How do you go from a place of being displaced, but then also being proud in this, UK demographic? Yeah,
understanding more about Africa as a continent, the wealth that's there. And as I say, there's a definite distinction between being West Indian and being African.
Right.
So bringing the two together, for me, was something that I had to look into and understand. And I have so many African friends who are absolutely amazing with different talents and different experiences. Because I'm a Christian and I love mixing with different people, but people who I can relate to.
Right.
Watching Roots.
Oh my God, Roots.
Yes, that was an eye-opener.
Yeah.
It certainly was.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think there's something that is really standing out to me is that the fact that in order for you to understand who you were and where you came from, you had to almost go within, right? You had to kind of understand who you were first in order to be able to understand where you came from and then be able to celebrate who you are and the foundation that is very much behind you. So I think that's really, really powerful for listeners to hear. When they hear your story, they have to understand that, like, it's an individual thing, and once you understand who you are individually, then you'll be able to embrace the collective. Right?
Absolutely.
So I think that's really, really powerful.
And one other thing.
Yeah, of course.
Because my great-grandmother was fully Indian.
Oh, okay.
Fully Indian.
Oh, wow.
And I don't find it difficult mixing with the Asian community. In fact, I volunteer for an Asian community because it's part of my heritage also.
Okay.
But I didn't appreciate that until I was an adult and a lot older.
So did you grow up with your great-grandmother?
For a while before she died, yes.
So what was it like to be in this, this family where, your great-grandmother didn't quite look like you, or what was that like?
It was, for me, it was normal.
Okay.
It's what you see daily.
Okay.
And one half of the family, because there were many children that she had, she married my great-grandfather, who was fully black, Trinidadian, because Trinidad is a hodgepodge of Asians and black population. So it wasn't unusual for me, but I didn't appreciate it. It was just taken for granted.
Yeah. So as you got older, you learned to appreciate the differences, especially in terms of your ancestry.
Yes.
So that's really, really powerful. Okay, so what are some of the narratives that you heard growing up? I think a lot of people think about like what they hear growing up. You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't watch this, you can't watch that. Black people don't do this, black people don't do that. Like, what are some of the narratives that you heard growing up?
Growing up, the grass is always greener on the other side. I came to the UK, to London, in 1965 at nearly 10 years old. It was a different culture for me, and it was a shock. Because myself and another family were the only two black families in the school, both junior and secondary schools that my sister and I attended. And you can imagine, we were picked on. Me personally, I was spat on.
Wow.
I was mocked because my lips, in fact, I remember I shall choose my words carefully. One lad at school looked at me and said, "I love you, honey, but your lips are too big."
Whoa. How old was you then?
I must have been at 11, 12.
11, 12. Wow. And tell me, like, what was going through your mind at that moment at 11 years old when he said that?
I wanted to thin my lips.
Right.
Because it's like I'd always taken my lips for granted. It is part of who I am, the size they are. It was very unkind.
Okay.
And once the only fight I ever had at school was with a boy. Not the same one, but for the same reasons.
Okay.
Mickey taking.
Right. So you was teased a lot by the white children growing up about the way that your facial features were, particularly your lips.
Yes.
Okay. And so you was 11 years old. You had that moment where, he says, "I love you, but your lips are too big." So tell me, like...
He sang it.
Wow. And even had the audacity to sing it.
Yes.
I can only imagine what it would be like at 11 years old to process, this is who I am and I can't change the way I look. And here's this person saying these things to me. So how did you process that? How does an 11-year-old, process that?
I didn't even tell my mum.
Okay.
It was embarrassing.
Right.
I may have told a friend at school, but it didn't get home to my mum.
Really?
I think I told my sister, who's a year older than me.
Yeah.
But it's something that, even now, at my age, I remember it.
Yeah.
I will never forget it.
Right. So did that change the way you saw yourself?
To a small extent.
Okay.
As I say, I wanted to try and hide the size of my lips.
And did it change the way you felt about yourself?
Initially, yes.
Okay.
But as I grew older, no. I am proud of these.
These lips, honey.
Absolutely.
Okay,
yes.
okay. Fair enough. I think that's really, really, powerful. I do wonder, what made you not want to share it with your mum?
I don't think she would have understood.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to me a bit about that. Why do you think that she wouldn't have been able to understand?
She would have thought that I would have known that this is part of me.
Right.
This is how I was born, and I need to be grateful for my features.
Yeah. I guess the reason why I'm asking that is because, you know, I think that as a black community, we don't necessarily understand the importance of celebrating our differences and instilling the empowerment into our children to say, you are black, you are beautiful, right? And be proud of it, right? And so it's important, I think, as parents listening to this, that they understand that, you know, if you have a child and you make it and you take your child from one demographic to the other, and then your child's in this demographic where they're the only black person in the school or the only black person in the village, in the community, that there is a level of conversation that needs to be happened to say, remember who you are, remember that you're powerful, remember that you're beautiful, right? And appreciate all of the differences that you have, because it's going to be the very thing that like shapes and molds you, right? Yes. So I wanted to touch on that, really.
And I think also, I didn't mention my afro.
Your hair.
That the kids at school, because it looked so different, wanted to touch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, and I that's a big no-no, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But I could not wait to have my hair straightened.
Oh, really?
When I got to an age, I could not wait to have my hair straightened. So I could blend in as opposed to fit in, blend in.
Oh, and I think a lot of black girls go through that, right?
Yeah.
We have this, like, you know, this thing about, like, the conversation about black women's hair is so important and so prevalent, because the reality is that, you know, although we should be embracing who we are, when we look on the media, we see all these people with this long flowing hair. It's really silky straight, and so it makes you kind of think, okay, well, what's wrong with me? How come I'm not seeing people that look like me with my hair on out in the media? Do you get what I mean? So I think that's important.
And I am sure.
Yeah.
When I was growing up,
yeah,
I used to practice ice skating, but I would practice with a pair of tights on my head, which represented long, flowing hair.
Oh, wow. So subconsciously.
Subconsciously,
you was already kind of doing that.
I was being fed that image, that stereotype of not who I am, but who I should desire to be.
Right. Shout out to our sponsors, Arts Council England, Fashion Afrique, and Anais Arts. Without you, none of this would be possible. You truly have helped to keep our vision and mission going. Also, if you're an individual or organization that believes in collaboration over competition, then join our welcoming table by emailing us at blackhistoryproject2025@gmail.com.
Yeah.
I want to know, like, what shaped and molded you as Carol, my journey, like, what makes you this powerhouse? I have to say it, Carol. Can I share your age?
Yes.
Oh my God, Carol! Like, I've been thinking, how am I going to say that this woman before us is 70 years old? Like, how in the world you're about to be 70? And so I think it really does show that it's a testament to, like, your journey, right? This is not for the weak and for the faint of heart. You have been through some things, but you don't look like what you've been through. You are like a gorgeous powerhouse, and you look so youthful and so beautiful. So what I really want to say is, like, what shaped and molded the Carol that we see before us today at 70 years young?
Almost. Well, my first encounter in the world of work.
Okay.
I was sent on a temporary assignment as a PA. And as soon as I walked through the door, the shock on the receptionist's face, or the person who answered the door, I was ready to, hello, I'm Carol. Right. My maiden name then was Grogan. Hi, I'm Carol Grogan. But instead, I was like, we don't need you. We don't have a position anymore. Oh. And I instinctively knew it was because I was black. My name, Carol Grogan, nothing in that defined me as a black woman. They were expecting an English person.
Right.
Or even Irish. Grogan is an Irish name.
Yeah.
So I was stunned, I was hurt. And for a while, it did shake me. But I knew my worth. I knew my experiences. And I would not have been sent to that position if the agency didn't feel I was capable of it.
Right.
So that experience showed me that I needed to be exceptional in what I did and how I presented myself.
Right.
And it has shaped me,
Yeah.
that experience, and it's never happened again.
Wow.
It's never happened again because I own who I am.
Wow.
I love being me. For me, age is just a number.
Yeah.
It doesn't define me. I don't wear crimpling clothes.
No, you don't. You're not like my grandma growing back in the day when she was 70 going to church in a little frock and what have you. 70 has changed and you are embracing it fully, and that's to be admired.
So a lot of what I have done, I have learned over the years. To, the word I would use is broaden my horizons.
Right.
Each day should be an adventure. Each year should be an adventure. And with that in mind, I have taken on roles that I've not had a degree for. I have been placed in those roles because the people placing me knew I was capable of it. So it's not necessarily that you have to have the educational prowess, if you like.
Wow.
But my skills and experiences should speak for who I am, how I present myself, my appearance. Yeah. I just love life, and I love learning new things, and especially the older I get. The more I level up in age, shall I say, not older, the more I level up in age.
Okay. And what a level up it is, I think, you know, when I hear you talk about when you went to the reception and the lady pretty much said we don't have any jobs, and I think that's something that a lot of people don't understand, that on paper you might be qualified and your name might fit the narrative, but the moment you show up into the room, people treat you differently.
Yes.
Right? So your name might be a very English name, right? Carol, that's quite an English name in this demographic, but then you showed up and you was instantly rejected, but that rejection almost propelled you into being someone who was like, I'm not going to take this, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to plod on and push forward. And so I think that's really, really powerful, and people need to hear it.
And another thing, your personality will carry you through. I remember going for an interview. This is back in London when I lived in London. I went for an interview and there was another candidate and we were very closely matched. But I pipped her to the post because of my cheerfulness, I was told.
Right.
By the chief operating officer I was going for the job to work for.
So something about your spirit, right?
Yeah.
Something about black people's spirit that carries us through.
Yeah.
Right? It's the one thing that when you're in a room, it's almost, I call it like a light that shines.
Yes.
And so that's what made you stand out against the person who was also going through the same position, right?
I was my authentic self.
I
wasn't there to prove anything. I was just there to give my best in the interview.
Wow.
And it won through.
Okay. The picture. The actual, like...
Who is that gorgeous girl?
Yeah, like this. All of this. So... Obviously, we know that you had your session with Darren, and he took these amazing pictures of all these individuals, but you also had this amazing picture come through in it, and it was really quite inspiring. So can you tell me, like, what it felt to see yourself represented in this way, and what message do you hope people can take from it? Because these pictures have been everywhere. Yes. Right? They've been to London, East London University. They've been to Wolverhampton Gallery. They've been to Birmingham Library. They've been everywhere. So that means, Carol, this picture of you has been everywhere.
Oh, my word.
And people have seen it, and people have admired it, and they've stopped and they've looked at it and, connected with it. So tell me what it feels like to be represented in this way. Incredible.
I even had someone on LinkedIn connect with me because they saw the picture, my picture and my bio.
Oh, okay. So tell me about that. Like, did an opportunity come from it? What happened? What did they say?
They were just impressed.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I was very flattered, actually.
Okay.
Very, very flattered indeed.
You seem surprised.
Well, the thing is, you don't always see yourself sometimes as others see you. You talked about this accomplished woman. I'm just me. What I do naturally, not for any kudos.
Yeah.
It just comes naturally. That's the type of person I am. So when you say, oh, wow, read your bio, it's like, it's just a bio. It's just me. It's my story.
Yeah, but it's a story that is to be celebrated.
Yes.
Many stories are to be celebrated, and I think that's the whole point of this project, right, is that there's a lot of people out here doing amazing things in the community, and all they're doing is being themselves.
Yes.
But they're touching lives, and they're empowering people, and their resilience and their spirit is a testimony to who they are, but they never get to be able to be exhibited in this way.
And I think bridging generational gaps as well, because you'll have people of all ages, age groups, looking at these women and men and their bios.
Right.
Aspiring, maybe, to who they are, giving them vision to go after their goals, go after their dreams. What is it going to take? And not be put off by someone's misconception, perceived, of who they think you are.
Hey.
You know, one of the things that I say,
Yeah.
somebody else's opinion of me is none of my business.
None.
It's theirs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I like that. I think that's a really powerful message that, you know, don't let what people say about you stop you from going for it. And I hope that when people see these black faces in these, you know, typically European demographics, that they understand that good things can happen. Like, there are amazing people in the community, and they can be represented in ways that are, you know, authentically empowering and strong.
Yes.
So I really love that.
And I am ashamed to say, the African shop in Wolverhampton, I didn't even know existed before this
Mr.
event.
Zill shop. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we want to shout out Afrique Boutique, Mr. Zill shop in Wolverhampton. We have to make sure that we do that, because all of the amazing clothes that you see on these pictures were actually sponsored by Mr. Zill and all his craftsmanship. So we have to make sure that we do that. But the fact that you didn't know it existed and you're actually in the community goes to show, with what we were speaking about before, we're all really quite separated, right? We're all quite fragmented, and I really have to give a special shout out to Aria Reese, because she brought these people together. Her spirit brought people together, and this is what came from it. So, you know, one of the things that I say about this project is that, like, a thought became a vision, and a vision became reality.
Absolutely.
Look at the reality.
Yes.
And that one thought came from one black woman living in Wolverhampton that came from Angola, which was Aria Reese.
And it's just the beginning.
Okay.
Well, it is just the beginning, Aria.
I agree. Let there be more. Let there be more.
This is so unusual in the community.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, unusual, but hopefully we can continue to keep doing it and to keep doing it. So tell me, like, what your experience was working on the project, from the photo shoot to the interviews that we're doing here today. Like, what was the impact that it had on you?
Bringing people together, women together from different walks. Yes, they're black, but they've had different journeys.
Yeah.
And I remember speaking to a psychotherapist because some of the things I do in my volunteering journey is volunteering for a CIC in the community that supports women going through domestic abuse and different things, mental health. And we were chatting, we exchanged numbers, and I thought, you know what, this is where collaboration comes in, because this is her area too.
Yeah.
She may be in London, I'm in Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah.
We can bridge the miles with the technology that we have.
Absolutely. So the project brought opportunities and an opportunity to collaborate.
Yes.
Right? It brought people together, right? And so that story is a testament to that, and how when we bring black people together, people in general, when we bring them together, what amazing things can actually come from it. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, what do you think the biggest benefits of the project actually was, and how do you see it, like, influencing the community overall?
The project itself, the benefits, I would say, are highlighting ordinary people with extraordinary results, showcasing them, centering them in the community. And I think others can follow this example because it's so important to know. I look at these pictures and each one has a unique story behind them. Each one. Yes. I'm looking at Darren and Aria there.
Darren and Aria,
Thank you for the vision.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Darren Watley, Aria Reese. We appreciate you and we salute you.
Yes.
Absolutely. And thank you for bringing us all together. Carol, it's been amazing.
And one thing finally.
Please, go ahead.
As a result of all the volunteering that I do, I was a finalist in the Local Hero Awards 2024.
Wow.
For the as a charity champion, and then as a winner in the Women of the World Awards in 2024 also, again for charity work. So I don't, and the thing is, I didn't even know that someone had nominated me on both occasions. They wanted to keep it secret. See, people see you and you don't necessarily know the part you're playing in the community, but others see it and recognize it. So I don't, as I say, I do things that come naturally, not for any accolades or kudos, but it's nice to have them. It's nice to be recognized as such.
That's
at the
amazing.
end of the day.
It's like you're just being yourself, navigating this, this world, and people are saying, Carol, she deserves this. And, clearly you won, so, well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
And thank you for having me on this podcast.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, as I said, thank you so much for coming in and being here and being a part of this project. You are an absolute powerhouse. If you want to reach out to Carol, all her information will be available for you guys within the description box. So please, please, please give a round of applause. Thank you so much, Carol.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. That's all for now, guys. Thank you. Take care.